Good day, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Military and Foreign Affairs Network. I am your host, the voice of reason. So this is going to be kind of a out of the ordinary commentary and news report about the domestic affairs that are occurring inside of the United Kingdom. And as you can see, I have a picture of Buckingham Palace on our screen here. So, what is going on? What has recently happened to make Military and Foreign Affairs Network and your host, the voice of reason, conduct a commentary on some dramatic events taking place inside of the United Kingdom? Well, as we know, there is some conflict going on between the the royal household, the Queen of England, and the royals, and Meghan Markle, and the young Prince Harry. And recently, uh, Miss Markle has conducted an interview with Oprah Winfrey. Please keep in mind that Miss Markle was paid between $7 and $9 million to conduct this brief interview. And during this interview with Oprah, Miss Markle made some rather outstanding claims. Specifically, she had made the allegation that a third party had spoke to the young Prince Harry and was interested in how dark the baby would be. And that has to do with obviously Miss Markle and her racial identity in comparison with the racial identity of the House of Windsor and the young Prince Harry. So why would she make such a claim? Why on earth would she be allowed to do that on public TV with nothing to substantiate said claim? And she was pressed in this interview. She was asked who specifically would have said that, and she refused to comment on that. And again, it was not something that was said directly to her, but was said to her husband, the young Prince Harry. So I think when people listen to what Miss Markle is saying, you really have to go back and you have to look at Miss Markle's background. You have to look at the relationship with her father. Which is incredibly estranged, and you have to look at some of the comments that were allegedly said by Miss Markle prior to the marriage of the young Prince Harry, and not long after the marriage. But there were reported comments that were made that the Miss Markle had said that her intent was to bring down the monarchy. So is it possible that Miss Markle, in going into this marriage with the young Prince Harry, had ulterior motives, and those motives were to, one, possibly enhance her celebrity, which in fact it did, and two, to enrich her in a way that most people cannot even fathom? And if that was her intent, if her intent was based on increasing celebrity, which obviously also increases power, and then obviously with that comes immense wealth. And she has achieved just about all of those goals, if those goals are in fact true, by persons very close to Miss Merkel. Now, it's difficult for me to get my head around the whole monarchy, and I understand that the monarchy claims that it makes a lot of money for the people of the United Kingdom in terms of tourism. And as you can see here, there's many people taking tours of these palaces and the history. And I have mixed feelings on that. I believe that you could probably do that without an actual monarchy, and the amount of money that is given to these folks out of the public purse, so to speak. But at the same time, the Queen of England has immense wealth and immense land holdings that obviously were acquired through the British Empire and colonialism and what have you. But and the court is still adjourned on that, and I think eventually we may see something happen in terms of the actual monarchy, and if it still exists in the same form it does now. But what concerns me is the antics of this one person, this Miss Merkel, who appears to be an incredibly narcissistic entity that is operating simply on her needs and her desires. And I think when you compound that with her childhood and her upbringing, especially inside of Hollywood, and Hollywood, quite frankly, is a cesspool. It is filled with narcissistic, really, really bad people. And could Meghan Markle just be one of these really bad, narcissistic individuals who is now attempting to act on her own to bring herself power, prestige, wealth? Well, what basically she has sought, and which she was unable to do within the confines of Hollywood itself.